Wait, let's say our pronouns real quick. I'm a he.
I'm a starfish. You and I are sick.
You walked into a lion's den.
You wouldn't know that it was human meat until they said to you, human carpaccio.
When I think about eating people, not only do I think about how they would taste, but I also like to think about their personality.
Walked into a lion's den.
Just call me my guy and we're good.
Yeah, call me my dude. That's it. You sound like the dumbest robot made.
I am the dumbest robot.
Thank you for listening to Splittin Hairs. On this podcast, you're gonna learn about yourself. I'm Ashlynn Salzano.
My name is Chris Metcalf.
We're all lizard people anyway.
Welcome. I
Welcome.
don't want them to sound. I don't want it to sound like that.
Don't get them.
Don't
let
get
the
like a
follicles
radio.
feel.
Like a hello, good morning, America.
Welcome back, follicles. We're
yeah.
here at another Saturday morning.
Welcome. I hope you had a great drive to work.
A great commute to work, taking your kids to soccer practice, and meeting up with your grandparents at the retiring home.
Yeah.
Are you ready for 25-minute blocks of commercial-free music? That's what they always
With
like.
35 minutes of commercial.
With 37 minutes of
Yeah.
commercials in between.
It's always fucked up like that.
Yeah.
I hate when it's like nonstop music, no commercial, and then like 5 songs later there's a commercial, and then 2 songs later they like always got you with that shit.
Yeah.
All right, so today on the docket we have being seriously busy versus procrastination. And I feel like you and I are really both good at procrastinating.
Mm-hmm.
I have a PhD in procrastination. Like, I don't even need to go to college.
Procrastination high definition is what you have. PhD. That's what you have.
4K. Let's say
Yeah.
it's in 4K. That shit is booming.
Yeah.
I procrastinate, and then what gets me mad about myself when I procrastinate is that it gives me anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, the minute I do what I needed to do, I'm like, I feel better. And I'm like, why? But why do you push yourself? It feels like a kink. You know what I mean? Like, why do you push yourself to the edge where
Right.
you're like sad and like angry? You know what comes with anxiety, like all that stuff, like uncertainty, like not being confident. You know, like just fucking like go return the item you bought that didn't work so you can get your money back. You know what I mean?
Right,
Go
like-
to UPS. Get the return label and ship it back to the company already.
Right. Like my day-to-day chores don't have to be so beneath me that I loathe doing them.
Oh my God. But what's worse is that you loathe it and then you do it and then you're like, I'm the man. You know what I mean? Like nothing can stop me.
Well, that, but also I get what happens to me is when it's like, you know, because it's always something you put off for way too long. And then I go do it. And I was like, man, I dreaded doing that for about 4 weeks. And it wasn't that bad.
Always. I do it. I walk out the fucking store. I have a smile on my face. I'm like, life is good.
Accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mission complete.
But why do we do that? Why do we like do that to ourselves? You know that they say the definition of insanity is to do something over and over again and expect a different outcome.
Right.
That is the definition of insanity.
Right.
So we are insane. Procrastinators are insane.
Yeah. It's also as much as I hate admitting it, but I think that I think it's called attention deficit disorder.
Not for everyone, though.
ADD.
Not for everyone.
No, not for everybody.
But like people like you who have ADD, procrastination is even worse.
But here's the thing, and I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not trying to diagnose you. But
Oh,
the
really?
fucking
You're not
shit,
a doctor?
But
we didn't know that. We thought you were doing this for this podcast for fun.
I'm a brain surgeon.
This is charity for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so I've been reading this fucking book, and I think I sent you because we got the list now, and I sent you about just like I'm realizing that like I think I have more ADD than I thought I did, right?
Yeah.
Like because I relate to what you're talking about with the procrastination, right? Like it's called hyperfocus. Okay.
Which is funny because it's like the opposite of what it should be called.
Well, it's kind of like basically this book I'm reading about like adult ADD. They're basically like you can't like look at it as a bad thing. You kind of have to look at it as like it's kind of like how like a superhero, they have like a power. It's like Cyclops, right? yeah, it's cool he could shoot lasers out of his eyes, but he needs those sunglasses. So you got to learn how to like use it as a tool,
Right.
And like not let it distract you, right? Because I have the same.
That's
thing.
how I feel about being gay. I'm like, it's a superpower, but you know, it's also like a flaw. You know?
I'm a kink in Mother Nature.
Yeah. Like, that's how I feel. But yes, go ahead. So I think being gay is a mental disorder. Basically is what I'm saying.
I feel like that's a can of worms to be opened.
There's no kind of worms there. Being straight is insane.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Because you're just following the fucking herd. At least, you know,
Right.
I've got some, you know, creativity to go all the way left. If you want to call it creativity.
I get creative in other ways.
Yes.
But wait, but to tackle this thing, like I lost my train of thought. I forgot.
No,
what we
you
were
were
talking
saying
about.
what you were saying was that like people with ADD, like you were reading the book.
Oh, right, and the
that you
hyper
realized,
focus thing,
yeah,
right? Okay, so because I do this
I carry this show every day. No, go ahead.
ADD, this one.
You got ADD 4K.
Oh yeah,
yeah, 4K.
I'm on
Look,
full
you can't
high
even
def. Yeah.
Focus right now.
She was getting mad at me about sitting straight in the show because it fucks up her shot.
Because Chris is always like this. Chris is in every shot.
I can't not move.
And it's like, and it's what's funny is that you start like this, but as you start to like do the show, the show goes on, your hips start to turn. But you're able to stay straight, but your hips are like this, and then you're like.
This sounds like every teacher talking to my parents when they would have parent-teacher conferences. He starts off great, and then by the end, he's hanging out of the chair.
I mean, your ADD is all over the place.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
But like they talk, like the thing that was funny about it to me, and the reason I sent it to you is that like I realized it's worse than it is. Like I thought my ADD was just like, you know, I have a tough time sitting and like reading like a book without like. I need to like practice to do it. And I need to be like some people could like, there was a girl today at the gym, like reading a book on the elliptical. Like people could just like read book. I mean, yes, agreed. Like work out and save the reading for another time. But like
because both to me are a workout. Right. So I can't be double working out.
Yes, right.
That's
it's
how
a workout
I feel.
for me to read. Like I have to try to read.
To read, I have to be like, the same way I talk to myself at the gym, like getting ready, like putting on like one shoe at a time and being like, just do it. That's how I do with a book.
Yes.
I'm like, open the book. I'm like, choose a book. Open the book. Forget the Mancala beats. Read the book.
Put the Mancala beats away and pick up the book.
Read the book. Yes.
Right.
So for me, like reading is working out. So that's double work. Go home.
So yes.
Relax.
But even the people who can just be like, I'm on the beach. Let's read on the beach. I'm
No.
like, fuck off.
Those are the opposite.
I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm drinking rum. We're frolicking in the water. I'm doing something. We're renting jet skis. I didn't come here to read a book in the hot sun.
Or I'm also just eating chips on the beach.
Yes.
So please leave me alone.
Right. And I got a beach playlist that I've been working on.
And I'm looking at seagulls thinking I'm better than them, but in reality they're free. You understand?
They're freer than you.
Ones.
And that's what makes you mad.
Exactly.
And that's the prison you live in.
And that's what I'm doing at the beach. So I don't have time to read. All right. I have bigger problems going on. Yes.
Yeah.
So you were saying, so like.
Right. So like, I thought that it was just like, yeah, I'm bored. But then the more I'm reading this book, they're talking about like hyper focus. Like, you know, you're supposed to like do this one thing, but then you get like, go down this rabbit hole of like focusing on like over detail
or everything else but it.
But
you will literally do a task more difficult.
Right.
You will literally, like, if you are procrastinating to run, you would do everything. You would read a book. You would go to UPS. You would do that. If you're procrastinating to go to UPS, you would go for a run. You would read a book. You would do anything
everything
but
else
that.
but doing that. The one thing that's bothering me.
Yeah, it's
right?
a kink. I'm telling you, we like it. It's the edge. We're in the edge.
I think the real debate for this topic should be ADD or kink.
ADD or kink. What is it?
Right. Procrastination kink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy because it does happen, but it even happens to me stuff where like, not even with the UPS shit. It's happened to me where like, I'll be like, I'm going to go to the gym. And then I'll be like putting my shit on to go to the gym. I have like my jacket on. I have my shoes on. I filled up my water bottle. And then like maybe like you might text me. Like when you texted me about like the General Electric fucking clip from one of the previous episodes, like I was like, oh yeah, that clip's funny. I was like, I'll pull that clip real quick. And then I walk over and I'll sit there in my fucking jacket, in my gym shorts. I was supposed to go to the gym 30 minutes ago. And I'm sitting there laughing, loving the show, pulling the clip, exporting, doing the whole bit.
Right.
And sending it to you and being like, hell yeah. And I was just like, and then I'm just like, snap back to reality. I'm like, fuck, I should have been at the gym like 35, 40 minutes ago.
You're like, I was trying to go to the gym at 3. It's 8. Yeah. It's literally 8.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's this thing where, and again, like I keep referencing this book, but it's like, I relate like that. My dad has said to me, he's like, of anybody I know, he's like, even guys I've worked with, he said to me, he's like, anybody I know, if you have that, he's like, I see when you have like a look in your eye and you're like, when you say you're going to do something, I know you're going to do it. Like if you have that look in your eye, it's like hyper focus shit. But again, it's like, it could be your biggest downfall because then you neglect doing your laundry, going to doing the UPS shit, taking care of the other shit.
You were also saying that there were some things that you thought like were just like that you're a shithead, and then the book was telling you like, no, this is because you have ADD. Right. It was something like, I forgot what exactly it was. You were like, man, I thought this whole time like I forgot what it was. When you said it had something to do with ADD, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But you would never think to put the two together.
Oh, about not being able to, being indecisive about making choices and letting like fate sort of choose, like being afraid, like knowing that you don't like your job and then like being afraid to like take the step to find a new job. But you're like, I guess I'm just relinquished to this job now.
Right. I'll get fired or something. I won't take charge and do something about it.
Right. Or like, I can't make a choice. I'm going to like have somebody influence me and make the choice.
That's how I feel about like my horoscope.
What do you mean?
Like I'm like, oh, I don't listen to people because I'm a Taurus, so I'm stubborn. I'm like, it's not my fault, guys. There's nothing I can do.
It's the stars. It's the stars and Mercury
rising.
I
can take your advice, but I was just born at a certain time.
Right.
And I'm sorry that I can't. You know, like I respect your advice, but I was born at a certain time, and I just can't take it. That's how I like it. I like it. That sounds like the horoscope. People will be like, Leos are cheaters. It's like, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, it's easy though, right? Because if you're a cheater and you're a Leo, you're like, what can I do, babe?
I'm fiery. I need passion.
I didn't ask for this life. I was born in it. Right. You know, like there's nothing I can do. If I was born in December, you know.
ADD or astrological sign.
Yeah, exactly. Both mental illness.
Yeah,
both mental illness.
Both mental illness.
Or a mental disorder, you would say, right? Like not an illness. I
guess, yeah.
Like it's considered a mental disorder.
I think so. Yeah,
who knows?
I don't know. I've read
none of it sounds good.
I've read things where people have talked about how like ADD is like a made up like fucking like thing, and then other people who are like, no, the shit's real. I don't really know where I fall with it. I just know that like something's up with me, and I need to like get things. I wish I had a personal assistant. Like, really, honestly, and
I think
truly.
You and everyone else, though.
Right, but because
you need it, but I bet everyone wants one.
Yeah. I don't know. There's like, I honestly sometimes feel like there's like things I want to do, but I'm like, I don't even know how to like even start like getting it together to do it.
I remember one time,
and I'm sick of therapy.
Sick of it,
and I'm broke. That's not helping me with my planner.
I remember one time my mom came home with this thing, and it had mine and my sister's name on it, and it was basically like what our name says about us. And the last thing I remember it was saying like it had like things like like it has a beautiful meaning, this and this and that, and then it would like get down to like personality and like creativity and like how you think and all of that. And I remember the last thing that it said for me was, it said, works really hard, but because they procrastinate. And I was like,
there is so much Latin fate going on right now.
It is that even fate? Like what is that? That's
like
not
your
even,
mom planted something in you that's like stuck.
Not even. She gave me a way out. I was like, I was doing those things. So I was like, oh, I can't. It would be on the.
Do you see the sign?
It'd be on the wall. I'd be like, I didn't.
That should be in a plaque in your office one day.
Yeah, literally. Like, I forgot what. I don't know if my mom got rid of it, but it had mine and my sister's name. And the last thing it says, like, hardworking gets the job done, but gets it done really well, really fast, but because of procrastination. And I'm telling you, out of all the things it said, it probably sounded like pretty, blah, 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 or out of all it probably gave me compliments. And what I remember was like, yeah, that's me. That's me. The reason why I go so hard and do so well is because like I wait to the very last minute.
You gotta be backed into a corner.
But it was great having that on the wall. I think she got rid of it because of that.
Isn't it fucked up how isn't it fucked up, like, obviously we don't have kids yet, but isn't it fucked up how just like something like that your mom probably doesn't even think twice about, like, on any day-to-day basis, is like stuck, like
ingrained in you.
Yeah.
It's something you remember.
Right.
But your parents
she might
will
not
be
even
like,
remember.
She'd be like, what
I
are you
never got
talking
that
about?
for you.
I would never get a paper. Well, you ain't Arlen's name. No, I never got that. For sure.
But now
it's like when she tries to tell me, like, for a while we were doing bad, so we only had like soup and grilled cheese for like dinner. And me and my sister to this day, it's why I don't like soup. I think soup is for poor people. I think soup is for poor people because when I was poor, we ate soup. I don't knock it.
Soup is a poor people food. It is a poor people food. I don't knock
it. I'm not like, oh, look at that poor person eating soup. But when someone offers me...
I've had rich soups before, but yes.
But when someone's eating soup, I'm just like, okay, you like soup. Or if there's a poor person eating soup, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But if someone offers me soup, I'm like, what do I look like? Poor to you?
Disrespectful, right.
I'm like, I look poor to you? Like, I'm like, I got money. I like take out my wallets. I'm like, soup.
Fuck you.
Get me the fucking steak.
How dare you?
But like, so me and my sister ate grilled cheese and soup for a while. And to me and my sister, we always say it was like 3 or 6 months. My mom is always like, it was like 3 weeks. Me and my sister are sure that shit was like 6 months.
Well, there's 2 of you.
Yeah.
There's 2 of you.
Well, also we're children and exaggerate, right?
Yeah, of course.
My mom was like, that was like 3 weeks. Like, you guys, we always had food. You know, it's like food on the table.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
So wait, so soup's poor. What's your feeling on the grilled cheese, though?
No. That hits the spot, baby. Don't be disrespectful. That hits the spot. You put some bacon. You put some bacon on that, or you do it with different cheese. Nah, man, no. You can fuck that up.
Yeah, and also like people like grilled cheese was probably not invented by like a poor person. Like someone has time on their hands. I feel like to be like
it was
fucking
invented
around
by
with, like,
someone that was
cheese.
high.
Yeah,
that's a high food.
Soup is like, we're so cold and we need nutrients. Let us put roots in this boiling water.
Yeah, like someone was just like, I'm hungry, and they're like, we have water, and they're like, but I want food. And
I have pig hooves and random shit.
They threw dirt in the boiled water.
Yeah,
just picked it up like man cave style, like
just
a little bit of dandruff,
put
a little bit of
snow
hair
in there. Yeah, whatever they got.
Whatever it was. That was soup. That's how soup became.
I don't know why I'm picturing like Eastern Europeans inventing soup, but that's what I have in my head.
I picture like a caveman, like back in the days, like when they were all make food for everyone for the whole.
You think cavemen had pots?
Not cavemen, but like when they had like not the cavemen, but like people who lived like outside.
Oh, like nomadic, like kind of like Vikings and shit. Like they didn't really.
But back when like it was normal, you know what I mean? Like I could see like something like Indians did,
right?
You know what I mean when they used to take care of like the village.
Okay.
So I could see like something like that.
Where like Native Americans, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was picturing like Asian Indians.
Okay,
for a second. Oh, like like
Eastern?
nomadic. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like nomadic, like Native Americans.
Is
like
Indians wrong term?
I think technically, but.
Oh,
I don't know.
My bad, y'all.
You're fine. I mean, if you took an Ancestry.com, you don't even know yet. You might be able to say it and be like, I could say that. Who cares?
But that's not right because I bet you I can say a lot of things. I have too many. I'm a mixed bowl, baby. I'm not like someone who's like, I'm only Puerto Rican and Dominican. Like that doesn't make any
definitely not.
sense. Like, that doesn't
Definitely
make any
not.
sense.
No.
Like I know there's a mixed bowl, but I still can't say it. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because
until you
like
figure it out. Right.
no, because I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. That's how I was raised. That's how they were. People were racist to me as Dominican and Puerto Rican, not as a Native American. If they were racist towards me as a Native American, then I could probably.
But like, what if you took the test and found out that you were like 25%, like just like I don't know, Cherokee or some shit?
But the likelihood of that is high. I can see that. That wouldn't change anything though.
I'm just saying in terms of rules and you having the ability to say Indian. Like that's like saying,
I don't think anyone should say it if it's problematic.
Well, I don't think it's problematic like the N-word is. Like the N-word was a derogatory word. Indian was just I'm as far as I know, it was just a misunderstanding by people who first moved or first discovered the United States because they thought they were in India.
Right, but even if they don't like it, then it's offensive.
Right.
If the group has said, I don't like it, then it's offensive.
I'm sure if we didn't rape and pillage and steal all their land, they wouldn't mind us calling them Indian. But after everything we've done to them, I don't think they like that.
Well, it's like the N-word. It's not about what it means or what happened. It was about who was using it.
Sure.
So,
right. Yeah.
So it's
right.
the same thing.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
The
Yeah.
same
The
thing.
Indians weren't saying Indian.
Yeah, exactly. So it's offensive.
Right,
no matter who you are, even if I have 25%, I'm
right.
It's still
right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyways, so
ADD. Thanksgiving's over.
Yeah.
And
but do you have like a healthy relationship with like being like, no, I know I'm busy. I'm like very busy. I'm not just procrastinating. Because when you procrastinate, you feel very busy too. That's another thing about procrastinating.
Yeah, you're always late. Everything's just you're all
you're
over
always
the
like,
place.
I got this to do, I got that to do, but it's only because you have something to do that you're just like, I'm gonna make myself busy and not do this one thing.
Right.
So, what do you have a healthy relationship, like knowing, like, nah, I'm legit busy right now, versus like, yo, you're procrastinating.
No,
stop it.
I'm in a place now that I know that I'm not actually busy. I think I made the analogy before we were talking about something else before the show. Like, I feel like I'm like pulling a rickshaw with square wheels. Like I don't have like I know I can feel you can feel it, you know it. Like I described about how like I'll go down like this like rabbit hole and where it's like, okay, I was supposed to be at the gym 45 minutes ago, but instead I randomly out of the blue just did this clip for the show. And now everything else that I said this morning that I was going to do is now all pushed back or fucked up. And then I'm not going to do one of them. And then I'm going to be late to something else. And the whole thing is all fucked up. It's like a house of cards. And you like hodgepodge build it every morning. And then you're like, this card didn't really happen. And then a whole side of it falls down.
Right.
And then you're just like, fuck. And now you're scrambling to try to be productive with the other shit. And some of it might not even be the stuff you should even be focusing on.
Right. So do you have a healthy relationship with being...
No.
All right.
No. But that's what I'm trying to work on right now.
Sometimes I do, but sometimes I realize that I will make myself busy in order to procrastinate. Like I would be doing legit stuff, like stuff I legit need to do, but somehow I would take my time with it, or I would make it more difficult than it needs to be just so that I don't have to do it. So that's where it gets weird with me, because it's like I can be very busy and be like, no, I'm being healthily busy. But then there are times where I'm just like, yeah, I'm busy. Because there are times where I'm procrastinating. I ain't doing shit but procrastinating. I am procrastinating longer than it would take me to do the thing. But then there are other times where I make myself busy and because I'm procrastinating. I don't know. I think I'm kind of like splitting hairs here, but like I notice stuff like that about myself.
Right. I think what you're talking about is like there's this thing inside of you. I guess it's like the similar thing of like, oh, follow your gut or your instinct, right? Like you know when what you're doing is like you're making an executive. It's like it's the shit that I'm reading about. It's like executive functioning, where you're like your executive functioning is like the part of your brain that's like, now, Ashlynn, we shouldn't be whatever looking at a catalog of new controllers for the Xbox or like whatever rabbit hole you go fucking down.
The things you think I do.
I can't think. I don't even know.
But it's like, always Xbox related, and you're always make up something funny. Like you're always like the catalog of controllers. I'm like, you just like clearly don't know anything about it.
Because I was looking at Berettas recently on the website.
But you clearly don't know anything about it. That you're just like, it's almost like if someone was like that you're doing stand up. It's like you're going around and asking people questions about comedy. It's like, no, like I would never do that.
Well, okay,
like, don't get me wrong.
What's a procrastination thing you would do?
Oh my God, I downloaded Bassmaster on Xbox. So I'm fishing.
So, okay.
I'm fishing on Xbox. I can't go fishing. It's coronavirus. There's a coronavirus
right,
happening.
That's it.
I can't go fishing.
You sound like ADD excuses. Horoscope, Taurus.
Can't go fishing.
You can't?
During COVID. The Taurus sign says it all the time. It's my
You
thing.
don't want to be like one of those guys you see going down biking down the west side with the weird milk crates
No.
and the fishing poles strapped
I like to
their
go out. I like to go out.
deep
like,
sea
yeah,
trolling.
Oh
Yeah, that's my shit
God.
too. Yeah,
I love that. I love
all or nothing.
Because that's a fight.
Fuck paintball. Let's go fucking
I
pull
would
some
love to go
tunas
fishing.
in.
I would
Yeah,
love
I'm
to go
down.
fishing,
I'm
but it's
down.
fucking winter, man.
Oh yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah.
But no, like that's like wait, what was the thing you were just talking about?
Like making myself busy. And
Oh,
then,
right.
Yeah.
But you can feel it, like you know.
Yes.
You know when you're like, it's as easy as switching like a track on a train where you're like, this is avoidance work.
But I feel like
this is what I should be doing.
But I feel like there's 3 levels. You understand? There's like me procrastinating but doing nothing. There is me procrastinating but making myself busy. But then there is me very busy. Like a healthy line, but that one in the middle, it's like close. It like plays around.
Well, the bottom one's just pure like depression or anxiety. That's like
that's what it is.
That's like I want to completely disassociate from all responsibility.
Now let me ask you this, right? It sounds like both of us, like you have ADD. It sounds like I don't have ADD, but I can definitely sympathize with people that have ADD, right? Now. Do you accept when people are like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't do this"? Like, I have this. Like,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not understanding at all.
No.
Like at all. Like when people are like, "Sorry, I did this." Like I'm bipolar. I'm like, I get it, and I'm not saying it's not like
it doesn't affect you,
or that it's not like understandable, but for some reason, even though I suffer from like ADD or like I can sympathize,
whatever.
I'm like, no. Yeah.
Because my thing is like, look, at the all anybody really has, I mean, outside of like money, property, a family, friends, a life, like all that shit, is your word. So it's like, I could have all the fucking ADD in the world. If I say that I'm gonna like show up and like do something, it's just like, just fucking do it. Like,
well,
so I don't care.
I'm more talking about like when people are like late. I'm not even talking like that. I'm not talking like that much. Like I'm not saying like, you know, you robbed me and you're like, I'm sorry, I have ADD.
No, but I'm not even talking like that either. Like,
I'm saying like being late to like dinner or something like that.
That's what I'm talking about. Like if I was gonna meet somebody for dinner, right?
And
then they show up 30 minutes late and they're like, my bad, I have bipolar. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you have bipolar. You can have bipolar.
But you know that's wrong, right?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
Then I shouldn't be going on a date with somebody who's then no.
But shit happens.
Okay, they didn't say, sorry, I'm late. I was stuck underground, or sorry, I'm late. There was an accident and I was stuck in traffic.
But what if they have an episode? What if they're like, sorry, I'm late. Like I have bipolar. Like they're not like giving you like an excuse.
I think that's like, do bipolar people just have like a 20-minute episode?
No, but
I think
it's like
more
waves.
gradual than that.
But it's like waves though, because they'll be like, the thing is they'll have like weeks. From what I know, it's like they have weeks where they're like bad, and then weeks that are good. But even in those weeks that are bad, it's like it's just still a wave, from what I understand.
I don't know if it's
like an in and out.
That's I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying, as someone who suffers from ADD, listen. I know you have ADD. I forgive you a lot. All right.
Sure.
I forgive you a lot. When I'm like, what is Chris talking about? I'm like, relax. He has ADD. You know what I mean? I'm like, be kind. I'm like, be kind, and the Lord shall be kind to you. That's what I say when you do things like that. I go, be kind. He has ADD. That's what I say in my head. I say, Ashlynn. Stop it. He has ADD. Okay. I feel bad for you, and I send you money.
There's a private fund that you set up with Carol and Jude that I don't know about because I'd spend it because I have ADD.
We like take you out to dinner. We're like, I'll take him out to dinner. He has ADD. Stop it, Carol. Stop it.
But come on. But there's a difference between being whatever. Talking too much or being whatever, a weirdo versus like if we were to meet for dinner or meet up to like hang out and then I just like leave you hanging for like 30 minutes and I'm just like and you're like, where the fuck were you? And I'm like, the ADD.
Well, it's all about the attitude too. If you were like, yo, I'm sorry, like I did this, I sat down to do this, and then all of a sudden it was
sure.
So it's the way the person does it. I understand you don't want a card. You don't want to like, sorry, I'm late, like get out of jail free card. You're like, I have bipolar.
Right.
Sorry, I'm late.
And I'm not even like walking around being like, I'm not like walking around being like, well, can't accomplish things. Got the ADD. Like
that's the difference between me and you. I go, well, can't accomplish things. I'm gay. That's what I do. Sorry.
Yeah, but we didn't have to pass a law for ADD marriage. You know what I mean?
Which we should.
Yeah, no two people with ADD should get married.
Shall be together.
Yeah, we don't need more of these mazzos running around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how the future's gonna be. Because we're going to know, like, everything, like, that we have. And that's how we're going to match. We're going to be like, this person suffers from anxiety. And then this person suffers from overconfidence. You two should be together.
You two.
Yeah.
Perfect. Two negatives make a positive. Yeah. If we remember anything from science.
I remember that from math more.
Was that a math thing?
I think it's both, but...
Well, yeah, I guess
used it more for math, I think. Or
I just remember it from magnets.
That's the only thing you remember from science because you thought it was cool. You were like, oh, look, cool.
Hell yeah.
I know, because I thought it was cool too.
I always thought it was like, I always thought it was so funny when you would push the two magnets together that didn't connect and they would like push apart.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
You're like, get together.
I'm going to make these two wieners touch.
Yeah.
And they're not going to touch. Don't touch, you wieners.
Get together. It's like making two friends that like don't like each other. You're like each other.
Come on, you little idiots.
But you know it's never going to work. You're
never.
like, it's a disaster. They'll never work as friends.
Like this show.
Yeah.
Like us. Even though we keep pushing them. This show is that middle part. That part you can't see. The energy between the two magnets. I thought you meant
purgatory. I was like, I think so too. This is my purgatory.
This is your charity work.
Yeah.
This show's a tax write-off for Ashlynn.
I'm gonna be balling in April.
If I'm that handicapped, I should get like I should lean into it. I could probably have like one of those pet dogs. You know, where it's got like an orange vest and I can like take it like on a submarine with me. Poor dogs have to deal with you all the time. You would give a dog a nice life though, because you would feed the dog good things. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like prosciutto.
Yeah.
Stuff like giving the dog like
good things like chicken parm.
Like manicotti. Yeah. I'm giving the dog like good shit.
Like some nice brandy. You're like, this is good for you. We all need some a little bit. You would be a good dog owner. All right. Any thoughts on the battle of being seriously busy versus procrastination? I think the real argument is that it's kink versus ADD.
Right. Well, it sounds like
versus procrastination. Who knows?
Right. Like it sounds like I have the ADD, and then you're just like you know your levels. Oh. Well, we could both attest to that.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, like, you know your level, so you're just like, this is me in fully disconnected mode. And then you're like,
That's when I wear sweatpants all day.
Yeah. And you're counting how many shits you've taken.
Yeah, exactly.
And level 2 is like, I should there's things I need to do, but I'm going to do these other things, but they're still kind of important. And then there's like, the things that really matter to you.
It's like me dusting like a fake plant. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, this needs to be dusted.
Yeah. You spray it with water just for aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't need it.
Just for work.
That's the low level. When you're spraying the fake
middle.
plant.
It gets lower than that. There's literally nothing when I'm doing nothing.
It's when you're talking to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're playing it music.
Becoming friends with it. All right. Anything else?
No. Let's close it.
Let's close it. We have cord headphones versus wireless. And the reason why we have that is because in the news, there has been, what I saw was an article that said Gen Z are moving to cord headphones because wireless headphones like AirPods make you look like a finance bro. Mm-hmm. And they're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. And then you saw something that said, you saw an article that said what?
I pretty much just saw on this. I saw on an article and in a podcast.
I saw.
They basically the same thing that there's just a trend towards corded headphones again, and that people are moving. There's like a population of people moving away from the wireless earbuds.
One thing I know about you for sure is that you hate the word trend. You hate anything that is trending. It could be the Mona Lisa and you would shit on it. You hate anything that is trending. I know that when you're looking at articles and you see this is trending, you're like, no, the fuck it ain't. What is this? And I know you're just going in there to hate on it. I know that about you. So that's just something
I'm trying not to, but yes, you're right.
No, I know.
Well, but oddly enough, I do in a weird way kind of appreciate it because I think it's like it's a very small.
You appreciate what, the trends or the cord headphones?
The cord headphone thing, only because as we've discussed on the show, we're analog babies and we fucking grew up with like cord headphones, and like maybe the people who are into cord headphones are maybe also the people who are like, I'm going to limit how much internet I have every day and like maybe like go outside and like get to know my neighbors. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's a small like swing towards like, let's not like live in the metaverse.
More.
Right. Like let's not completely plug in. Like,
well, you are plugging in.
What do you mean?
Because the headphones, you got to plug in.
Yeah,
No, I know.
But like we both complain about the earpods.
The AirPods where like sometimes
they never work with the phone. I'm always talking like, why can't I talk to? And I gotta go on speaker.
Yeah. Oh my god, I always got to go on speaker. My headphones never work. The AirPods never work to talk on. It's just like, what's going on here?
Right.
Like
the sound quality's fine.
Like I got headphones that cost like $100 and something.
Right.
Why? They don't even fucking work.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you mean though. The correlation of like. Not going wireless and not having things. It feels like we're going back to tangible for some reason.
Right.
Instead of...
Let's get some cash on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get rid of some Bitcoins and get some cash going a little bit.
I would love to see coins again, I think. Yeah. I would like to see someone paying quarters, I think.
Right.
But so, I agree with you. I like the cord headphones, but I like it for different reasons. I like it because, like, cord headphones make it so easy for people to be like, she has her headphones on.
Leave her alone.
I shouldn't talk to her.
Right, yes.
But when you've got AirPods, it's like hiding. It's in your hair or in your hat. And I think even if people see it, they're like...
They could just have them in.
Or they could have them in. But they're also like, I feel like with AirPods, it's just kind of like a thing like... It has no respect.
No.
Like, I feel like no respect comes with it.
No.
And so, like, I feel like people are more likely to be like, yeah, she got her AirPods in, but they're just like, she got her AirPods in, but they're just like, whatever, she can take them off. But I feel like headphones, there's like a certain respect to them where they're like, don't bother nobody when they have headphones on.
Right. And they're also like, good for them using the cords.
Yeah.
It's like, you're so poor. What do you eat, soup? What do you soup? What do you eat, soup?
I don't think that. I'm just saying like DJ, you know what I mean?
But it's
like,
also funny.
There's a correlation with like The Wire. Like I think The Wire makes it serious. It's like having
the sound sounds better with The Wire.
I think a wire is like having a suit and tie. And like when you have the AirPods on, it's just like dressing casual. I think The Wire presents this like professional, like I'm listening to music right now.
Sure, it's like a vinyl feel. I mean,
Yes.
not that it has any. I mean, you're still listening to digital music with it, but right, it's like an old school touch.
Yes.
To it. What's funny though is like speaking to the article that you read, where like, oh, you look like a finance bro, but it's like if someone saw me with earpods, it'd be like, he's probably a finance bro. But if they saw you with them, they'd be like, oh, cool, she's got earpods.
No, I think they'd be like, she looks like a finance bro. I think it's a vibe. I don't think it's a like look.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it's more like they don't want to wear, because it had a picture like of a teenage girl like with cord headphones on, and it's like it's more of the vibe. Like it's not about like how you look. It's more like, ugh, you're giving me finance, bro, because you have AirPods on.
What? But maybe
That's
maybe
true.
I don't have. But
That's true.
But come on,
That's true.
When I'm
Anybody
in
who has
New York,
AirPods
but in
on?
New York,
No.
but in New York, I swear, like, I see more people with wireless headphones than with wired headphones of all races, religions, and creeds. I don't walk around and I'm like, look at all these finance bros with earpods.
But
it's rare for me to see.
But you know
someone with
what?
cords.
You know what's the problem is that these finance bros, they take these calls. Like, yeah, people are wearing AirPods at whatever race and age and whatever. But we're like listening to AirPods quietly. You know what it is? These finance bros will be on their phone like, yeah, bro. And so the stock market is down. And no, bro, I need
Right.
you to be there. And so like, you're calling attention. So when I'm seeing you, I see you in your, and like those people, like for some reason, people talk louder when they have AirPods on. And like, because they're like not holding anything, they're more like loud. So like, you're a finance bro. You're acting like a finance bro. So that's what it is. Those finance bros be doing the most. And so you look at them and they have the AirPods and it's like, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? It's like,
I do know what you
it's like
mean.
a certain look, right? Like it's like the beanie in Brooklyn. You're like, oh,
Sure.
I know where you live. Like you're Park Slope, you're Bushwick, like you're new, you've gentrified. It's the beanie, right? It's like the beanie is the hipster look, right?
I get it. I guess I don't know. I guess from my experience, I just see more people. Most of the people I see in New York are not finance bros, and all those people, most of them have some form of wireless headphones. Like there might not all be AirPods, but they all have wireless headphones.
Correct. And I think the thing is that Gen Zs don't want wireless headphones. But I think what I'm saying is like, yes, everyone has AirPods and I get it. But when you see, like, everyone has a beanie. Like, I have a beanie. But, like, when someone makes it part of their personality.
Sure.
And that's what finance, bro. Like, when I read that headline, I literally kid what they were talking about.
Of course.
I pictured the finance bro. And
Yeah,
I
he's
said,
got the Midtown uniform on.
He's got the button down suit. He's got the button down like shirt. He's in Subway and he's like just talking too loud. He's in Starbucks. Like I knew exactly what they meant. Like
Yeah.
A part of me wasn't like finance bros. I know Juanita has AirPods upstairs. I'm like, yes, I get it. Finance bros do the most where they have the AirPods, right? It's like BMW drivers, right? Everyone says like BMW drivers are dickheads. They're the worst. They'll ride your ass all the time. They want everyone to move. They can't be patient. Not everyone that has a BMW.
It's an aesthetic, bro.
Not everyone that has a BMW does drive like that. But when you see a BMW, I know I do. I go, great, a dickhead is on the road. I go,
douche
dickhead
master.
on the
You got
road.
douche master over
Everyone
there.
let him go.
Now you know who's the serious talkers, and they're few and far between, but they always stand out. I saw one today, actually rare female version of this, where they just have the one earpiece with the mic that comes down a little bit, where it's not even, it's like you're so dedicated to talking your finance bro shit that you just have like you don't even have earpods. This thing's not even to listen to music. This thing is for you to be like close deals on. Like it's like
Honestly,
it's like a Star Trek earpiece.
When I see that, I don't even know that like this is. I don't even know if I think that. I think more like secretary, party planner, on the go. I need to work out and like plan stuff.
But what about when you see like a dude in a suit with one?
Same thing. I'm like,
oh, because I've seen like I've seen finance bros with one of those things, and they're the ones who like, there's like the guys who trade stocks, and then there are guys who like eat, sleep, and breathe trading stocks. And I feel like they're the ones who have the fucking earpiece with the microphone, who's like, no,
Yeah.
I don't fuck with ear pods. I'm not here. I don't like music. I trade. Like, that's all they got.
I feel like that's wedding planners to me. Like, they're always like...
Wedding planners definitely also have
and they're
those,
always like,
too.
boop, boop, next. Okay, I'm going to need...
Hi, Claire.
I'm going to need the peacock ice. Okay, yeah, we want a peacock instead now, okay? All right, bye-bye. All right, love you tons. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Next. Excuse me, yeah, the flowers. Okay, I was just wondering, like, because, you know... Boom, next. Like, that's what I think of when I hear of the fucking the ear thing that goes in there. It's just like next. AirPods, I feel like I'm like, I need to be listened to, and
right.
That's what I think.
You know what's a weird talker with the ear pods, with the Bluetooth ear pods that I think only has existed since the Bluetooth ear pod is I see them at the gym. It's usually like a Hispanic dude, jacked, and he's like lifting, doing his whole routine, but he's like on the phone with his like girl. Or like his girlfriend. It seems like their girlfriend. I mean, I'm not in on the conversation, but he'll just be like talking to them and then be like, hold on 1 second, baby. And then he'll like do his fucking like 8 reps and then pop back up and it's like in the middle of like a conversation, like talking about like planning like whatever their weekend.
That to me just sounds like a man that needs help.
I'm
I'm so sorry that she's making you talk to her while you're working out.
See, I actually took it as like, that's interesting because I took it as this dude's a lunatic because who the fuck wants to be chit-chatting with anybody when they're working out? Like, I don't want to be on the phone with anyone when I'm working
right,
out.
But I'm thinking neither does he. I'm thinking he just like, she's like, oh, call me, I want to talk.
See,
and then he's like, okay, I'll call you. And then he's like, because if he really needed to talk, I've seen dudes pick up phone calls and then do some reps and be like, all right, go ahead, I'm doing reps, like, and then hang up. But if they parlaying on that phone, if they are cuffing on that phone, that is her. That is her.
Interesting, because I always pegged it as them. Because they're always the type of dude who's like way jacked. They're not like my size. These are like the type they're like sensitive boys.
Well, then think about it too, because it's probably like they're in the gym a lot. So then the girlfriend, you know, like you've got to make time. So you accept one phone call one day while you're doing workout. She's like, I like this. Like, this was cool. Like, you can work off as long as I can talk to you. There you go.
Right.
You shoe
in. Because it's never a dude.
I'm telling you. I know. I know
Have you
bitches.
seen it at the
I
gym?
know bitches and I be bitches. That's the thing. I know bitches and I be bitches. I'm telling you what's going down.
Have you seen that at the gym? What I'm talking about?
I've seen them a couple of times, but not a lot.
Man, it's like crazy to me. Like, and it's never because like it's always a guy. Like I remember there was one guy who would do it. He doubled down because he would bring like his own Bluetooth speaker. So it's like, okay, bro. So like you can't listen to your own music because you're talking to your girl, and now you gotta be blessed in like reggaeton, like in the fucking gym or whatever. And then he would do the thing where he would like put weights underneath the bench because they didn't have like a decline bench. Like it's just like he like lives there. And it's always those type of dudes who are like FaceTiming with someone the whole time.
Because he lives there. And so he's got to talk to his girl. That's all it is.
But I'm imagining like, doesn't he go home to her?
Yeah, but when you go home, like, I mean, you know, you lived with a girl before. Like, even when you go home to your partner.
Not for long. It didn't last long, but I did technically.
Yeah. Anyways, you've lived with a girl before. You've lived with a girl before, and like sometimes when you come home, you don't have time to talk to each other.
That's true.
And like she's probably doing stuff. He's probably, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the thing. They live there, so they gotta pay up.
That's wild.
Another thing though I do like about going cordless, going with cord too, is that I'm so tired. Like the other day I left with music on in my ears, and I looked at my AirPod case and I was like, why do I need that? Like I'm just getting in my car. Like I don't need it. I don't need my AirPods.
Oh, and then you take it.
And I had my AirPods in my ear, but like, and then I had AirPods without the case. And I'm like, I don't want to lose them. Like they're just little things. Like I'm going to lose them. So it's like, that's kind of stressful. Before, wrap the wires up. Boom. You won't lose those bad boys. You can't lose a whole wire. You know what I mean? Now you can lose something the size of a fucking quarter, you know?
Right.
And and what's crazy to me is that I was like, are you okay? Like, are you well that you left your house listening to music and in your head, you didn't correlate the fact that you were like, I don't need my AirPods. They're in your fucking ear. What do you mean you don't need your AirPods?
What do you mean you don't need the home base for them?
But I didn't even say I don't need the case. I was like, oh, I don't need my AirPods when I looked at the case.
Oh, meaning like you didn't realize. I see what you're saying.
It was kind of the situation of like, where's my glasses? And they're on top of your head.
Right. Where's my phone? I'm holding it the whole time.
Yeah.
Yo,
it was
the opposite of that.
It was that
to
for me. Like I literally looked at it and go, I don't need my AirPods. I'm getting in my car. I have music there. As I'm listening to music, I like leave. I get in my car and I go, I forgot the case, didn't I? And I remember looking at the case. I remember all of it. Yo,
I have the opposite happens to me where like I think my fucking earpods are in my ears because they're in my ear. I have them in my ears so much. And then I'm like, oh, I should take my earpods out. And there's nothing in my ears. Like I feel the feeling of them in my ears because I'm so used to them being there. It's like they're like phantom.
Yeah.
It's like phantom earpods.
You're just your ear is used to the weight.
Yes.
So it's
and the feeling of them. And then sometimes I'll put them in where I'm like, I'll get on the subway and I'm like, I'm not even gonna listen to anything right now. I'm reading or like working on jokes on the way to like a set or a mic, and I'm like, it just feels nice having my ear holes covered.
Because it's like it makes you less approachable.
True.
Headphones. That's the job of a headphone.
Right.
Okay. That is the main job. And then B, also it's like having like earplugs, like light earplugs for the train.
Yes.
Like not enough to like miss a shootout and not hear it.
Yeah.
But enough to like not let someone
to numb some of the noise.
Yeah, to numb someone being like, fuck y'all for not giving me money. Suck my dick.
Right.
And to numb that out. You're like,
right.
I kind of heard it, but I didn't.
And
so,
I'll pretend like I've got metal on or
yeah,
something.
Yeah. He's not going to look at me.
I can't hear him.
Yeah. He thinks I can't hear him. And I'm going to pretend like I don't. And I'm going to store this in the back of my brain. And it's called trauma, sweetheart.
You know what I should start doing? I should start acting like I'm trading stocks. Like when someone's crazy on the train, I'm like, no, I said sell, God damn it. I don't want any more shares of GameStop or like whatever.
I've heard of the thing of like when someone approaches you, that someone crazy approaches you, like it's a kind of a joke, like you become crazier, and it kind of like ruins whatever was happening. You know what I mean? Like
I used to do that.
No, for real. I've heard of that. Like I've heard like people are like, nah, you got to act crazier. You know what I mean? Like you got to be like, if someone's like, let me borrow, like someone's like, let me get $1. You're like, all these rats on the train, I'm fucking sick of it. And they're like, they're like giving you $1. You're like, okay. Like you got to out crazy the crazy sometimes.
I used to do that when I was scared, when I was little at night in the dark. You know, when you'd be like young and you like, whatever, you're scared of like a monster in your closet or something under the bed.
You would try to out-monster the monster?
No, because the things
You'd be like, to the dark, blah, 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 gotcha. Blah.
No, not like that. I'd be more like, because I was like mortified of like things like Freddy Krueger when I was like real little. So I would do shit where I'd be like hide under the covers and be freaked out and be like, don't get out. And they'd be like, you know what, fuck this. And I would like get out and like do something weird, like pull my shirt over my head and like smack my stomach and be like, kill me, just kill me. Because in my mind, I was like, I'll just weird them out so much because what they want to do is have me scream and be scared and like murder me. But then if I'm just like, just kill me and like be weird, they'd be like, this kid's a fucking weirdo. I'm out of here. I'm not I'm not gonna demonize.
Shirt
and murder
over
this
your
kid.
head. Kill me. You need help.
I was a little kid. Yeah.
You need help.
Out weird the weirdo.
What I do sometimes if I feel like there's a ghost around, I'll be like, nah, you don't do that. I'll be like, nah, don't think you're about to appear on me. Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. That's what I do.
As an adult,
Yes.
anytime I'm like, I think there's a spirit in this room, I tell myself, the minute you start believing, the more of them start showing up. So get it out of your head. And that's what I do.
But once you see one, it opens the door.
But I've never seen one, but you feel the vibe.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Once you see one, it opens the door.
Right.
So I say to them, no, don't do that shit. Don't appear on me. Don't do that. Like, I don't care that you're around me. Just don't do that.
Just go.
Just don't do that. Because, like, I feel you, but if I see one of you, it's over. I got to see all of you.
I got to see more.
Yeah,
right,
I become fucking, what was it? The Sixth Sense?
The Fifth Element. The Sixth Sense. Yeah.
I have seven senses.
Fifth Element, Sixth Sense, both Bruce Willis movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sixth Sense.
That's what I do. Whenever I feel that shit, I go, no, don't do that. Don't think about it. You good.
Right.
We good. You can stay here.
Do this when I retire. I'll be bored.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm good. I'm completely good.
But I'm with you on that. Like, the minute you open that door, that realm, now they know you know. And now we got to play that game for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I'm not into that game.
I literally have a joke about how Kate wants me to go see a medium. Like, she was like, we should see a medium.
Your mind?
And I was like, I was just like, why are white people weird? That's like the first thing I thought. I was like, why y'all do this? Like, why do y'all invite stuff like this? Why y'all do that? And to me, like I say, there is no bouncer checking, like, oh, this is the right ghost. Yeah.
Like a ghost bouncer?
Yeah, like, there's no one checking the IDs. Like, yeah, Ashlynn wants to see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that medium's letting in underage ghosts, all kinds of weird shit. She doesn't give a fuck.
Just the worst ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I don't got time for that because there's no bouncer. So there's no one checking. So once you see one, it's over.
What's funny though is that paradoxically you're like, why are white people so weird that they go to the medium? But I think white people don't believe in the ghost stuff as much. They're like, this is fun. We'll talk to the dead.
Right.
We'll speak to the outer world, and we'll find out things about the future and the past and the unpresent and the undead. But like paradoxically, it's like funnier and weirder that you're like, why would you open the gates of hell like that?
I just don't see the appeal. I really don't.
I'm with you on both fronts.
Yeah.
I'm in your camp, but
I don't see the appeal of like we want to let that in. Like, everyone that's been dead. Like, there are more people that's been dead than alive.
an army
Yeah.
of dead people.
Why would you want that? And like, they're not always the best people. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
A lot of shitty people die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we're about an hour.
All right, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
So what are the closing arguments on these? I love where we ended up after talking about cords and cordless headphones.
So I wanted some cord headphones from Apple, and I think I'm gonna get them. I'm tired of these fucking AirPods.
I think I'm going both. I think I'm gonna get some
Oh.
cord. I think I'm gonna get some cord for things like airplanes, public transportation. But
Bisexual headphone
bisexual headphone user, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I love wireless headphones for working out. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna have fucking cords.
And then you're like running and ripping them out of your
and the
ear.
cord, fuck that shit.
But I think I'm with you on that. Like, I would work out with my AirPods. You're actually making a good point for the first time. And that's what really got me fucked up. I can't even find the words right now.
You're like, God damn it.
I'm like,
fuck.
I'm like, what? What's a compliment? I'm like, how? No, but you're actually making a good point that I'm thinking about it. But like, I do want the headphones for like the plane when I'm editing. I think I like it more when I'm listening to music.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
All right. Do you have a would you rather?
Not one that I prepared.
All right. I don't think you ever prepare them.
I don't think either of us do. All right, I got one.
All right.
Would you would you rather be diagnosed with like ADD as bad as me, and for me, just I have to stay the way I am, or
be a finance bro?
Okay.
Is that where you were going?
No, but let's do it.
That's what I was laughing at. I was like, and then once you said it, I was like, oh, I thought he's going that way.
No,
Okay.
let's do it.
Would you rather have ADD or be a finance bro?
Right, but like bad ADD.
And bad finance bro. In subways, the fucking sandwich chain yelling.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Bad ADD.
Yeah. ADD. No way I'm going to have a little penis in AirPods.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
Oh, I imagined you just like you, but like in the outfit and like living life, but as you.
With a little penis. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're a finance bro. What does that have to do with gender? Okay. Okay.
I'm with you now.
Good night.